Up next in the Nightcast, it all came down to one night in Miami, Florida for OU's football team, and as you've just seen on Channel 2, OU won it all.
And we'll show you how many in the Tulsa area reacted to tonight's game.
Jerry Weber will be along to tell us how OU can rightfully claim the title of #1.
And an update all the evening's news next on the Nightcast.
In today's world of specialized health care, chiropractic is an important
Damn doodles. Okay, Vern, open wide. Boy, Vern, you sure get awful emotional about cheese doodles.
If you like sales, don't miss this one, Anthony's New Year's Day sale. We're open 10 to 6 New Year's Day with savings up to 50% throughout the store. It's part of the bargain at Anthony's.
You're watching KJRH TV 2, Tulsa. Live from KJRH in Tulsa, Sam Jones, Beth Ringel, meteorologist Gary Shore, and sports director Jerry Weber. This is Newscenter 2 Nightcast.
Good evening, everyone. The claim of #1 is being heard throughout the Sooner State tonight. As you've just seen, the University of Oklahoma Sooners have beaten the Penn State Nittany Lions. Jerry Weber joins us now with an update on how it all happened. Jerry?
Well, Sam, you know, everything broke right for the Sooners today. Beginning this afternoon, of course, Iowa had a slight chance to make a bid for the national championship in the Rose Bowl, but they were beaten very badly by UCLA. The other thing that happened that really helped the Sooners tonight, as you're all aware, Miami had a very legitimate claim, at least in splitting the votes, was blasted by Tennessee in the Sugar Bowl. That left it all up to the Sooners, and they took care of their own knitting. As you just saw, they defeated Penn State, final score of 25-10. Now, that's 6 national titles for the Oklahoma Sooners. They're on a pinnacle all by themselves, 3 under Bud Wilkinson, 3 now under Barry Switzer. The great thing for Oklahoma fans, they're very young. They'll be favored to do it again next year.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. Thanks, Jerry.
We'll have more on the sports.
I believe it. Living rooms all over Tulsa were filled with cheering OU fans tonight. In this South Tulsa home, about 25 students from area colleges joined forces and cheered for the Sooners, although there was one lonely Penn State fan in the group. So every time the Sooners scored, there was a thundering cheer. And every time Penn State scored, one person clapped while the others threw things at him.
And Sam, with this win, the Sooners' spirit entered 1986 with a bang today. While the Oklahoma Sooners prepared for the Orange Bowl in Miami, fans here in Tulsa pumped their pregame spirit. Newscenter 2's Kay Colby tells us how.
The Sooner spirit is flying high in Tulsa. Bill and Karen GADDIS see to that. They both graduated from the University of Oklahoma more than a decade ago. And for the last 2 years, they've flown an OU flag in their backyard.
Well, the flagpole was a birthday present to my husband a couple of years ago, and of course it was bought with the sole purpose in mind of flying an OU flag.
I'm real proud to be associated with the University of Oklahoma, and I want to give the other people who drive by the chance to kind of maybe pick up on some of that spirit.
Still ahead on the Nightcast, Tulsa's City Commission has a full agenda for 1986.
And in just a moment, we'll look back on their accomplishments for the past year.
Another real fine day here in Oklahoma.
Good.
You know, it seems almost unbelievable this time of year. We're having temperatures in the 50s with sunshine. We've got another good day coming up tomorrow all across northeast Oklahoma. Right now in Tulsa, we have fair skies, just a few high, thin clouds about 25,000 feet up. 44 degrees with a 20 dew point. That gives us a relative humidity of 38%. South breezes continue pretty stiff for this time.
We're going to save the best for the last. We're going to take the day's bowl games as they were played, beginning with the Fiesta Bowl in Tempe, Arizona. That was a dandy ball game. Featured 2 of the best coaches in the country, Nebraska's Tom Osborne and Bo Schembechler of the Wolverines. Second quarter now, Nebraska trails 3-0, but not for long on play action. Catherine Clayton goes 5 yards to Doug DeBose, and the Huskers went up time from 3 yards over the left side at the half. Nebraska led 14-3. The Huskers appeared to be in pretty good shape. But the second half belonged to Michigan on 2nd and goal. Gerald White goes airborne from the 1, makes it 14-10. Then after a fumble recovery, Jim Harbaugh keeps the ball on the option. The Wolverines had the lead at 17-14. After a Michigan field goal, Harbaugh would score again, this time over the right side. The Wolverines led 27-14, held on to beat the Cornhuskers in the Fiesta Bowl. Final score, 27-23. Then it was on to the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas. Let's take a look at what happened in that game, because battling top-ranked, undefeated Penn State, their fates in their own hands, and they went to work and brought home their 6th national championship back to Oklahoma. It was never easy, however. Coach Barry Switzer hoping for yet another national championship. but it would be Penn State that scored first. Lion quarterback John Schaefer set it up, found Eric Hamilton for a 14-yard gain to the Sooner 2-yard line. Then 2 plays later, Tim Manoa takes it over, and Penn State led 7-0. After a Tim Lasher field goal, Oklahoma took the lead, and they did it in grand style. Jamel Holloway finding Keith Jackson on the post pattern, 71 yards, and the Sooners go on top 10-7. Jackson celebrating with a little dance in the end zone. OU came up with 2 big interceptions in the second quarter. Sonny Brown made one of those right here. Brown then returned the ball 22 yards to the Penn State 14. Some very nice running from the youngster from Alice, Texas. That one led to a 34-yard field goal by Tim Lasher. Oklahoma led 16-7 with time running out in the half, and Holloway will get the football, lets the football get away. Penn State recovered. Good news there for Joe Paterno. 4 seconds left in the half. Massimo Manca drilled a 27-yard field goal at the half. Oklahoma led 16-10. It was 19-10 in the fourth quarter when State's last chance went wide after the field goal kicker missed from 26 yards out. Barry Switzer could smell the title. Lydell Carr from Enid capped it off late in the game, winning a foot race into the end zone, 61 yards for a touchdown, and the Oklahoma Sooners win the national championship with a 25-10 victory in the Orange Bowl. And of course, you're seeing the last play. Right after this, you'll see Barry Switzer get a ride on the shoulders of his player. And I'll tell you what, how good it must feel, the final score. I'll tell you, I got to say this. There is the most underrated coach in America. Everybody takes that guy for granted. All he does is win more football games than anybody else wins, and more national championships. Everybody kind of laughs at him, talks about Joe Paterno, and he's a great coach, and all of them are. But this guy is the best of them all.
Think we'll ever see Neil Jones again? Think we'll ever get him back?
Right now, he is laying in the locker room shooting a beautiful picture, and we'll see all of those special pictures tomorrow.
That'll be great.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks.
Well, the Nightcast continues. You might ask, what else could folks do on New Year's Day besides watch football?
Well, one family welcomed in a new addition, the first of the brand new year. Your story when we come back.
Just announced 7.